What's the Chinchow? LanturnJoe here. Welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon in a Dark Past Let's Play. In the last episode, what happened? Well, we arrived back in the world of the past from the future for the second time, thanks to Celebi. We also learned a lot of expedition between Chinchow and, of course, Joe, our Piplup friend. So we learned that Joe trusted Joe trusted Chinchow from the start, and that allowed him to use his Dimensional Scream ability. So that was really cool. And we also learned that Joe is the human. So that's pretty cool too. We are now back in the world of the past, where we are now going to try and get the time gears again. Let's start our adventures. Alright. It's agreed that we have to collect all the time gears again. First, we should decide which of the time gears is our first target. Let's check the Wonder Map. From here, the closest would be the underground lake. That would be the closest, I guess. How about Threshold Forest? That was where I caught my first time gear the last time. Where is that? Here. It's quite far away. It's a little far from here, but there's no one like Yuxi guarding the time gear. Oh, great! If we were to fight someone for a time gear, that would attract attention. But that won't be a concern here, right? Exactly. Then that's that then. That's where we're going. Onward to Threshold Forest. Deep Threshold Forest. What's this? Time is still paralyzed here. It's like the time gear doesn't exist. Time is not here. Time is at a standstill here. But didn't they, just before we were dragged into the world of the future with you, Grovyle, Yuxi, my spirit, as elf. I entrust with you the rest. Yep, we know. We got the time gears back. And we'll make sure they're returned to their rightful places. The task is yours. Something tells me they didn't do what they were told to do. Didn't Yuxi and his friends make a promise? Never break a promise. If there's one thing I've learnt in life, guys, keep your promises. That they would return the time gears to their rightful places? But time remains stopped here. That could mean the time gears have not been returned to their rightful places yet. We'll see about that. The forest's time gear was over here. But this is a time gear. There's no mistaking it. But time has seemed to have stopped. There's no wind blowing. See those leaves? They're fixed in place. Time has stopped here. But the time gear has been returned to its rightful place. Why is this happening? Grovyle took the time gear. Hey, what are you doing? Time has already stopped here. It won't make any difference if I take a time gear now. There's also something more worrying. More worrying? I mean, taking the time gear is pretty worrying to start off with, and time being stopped is also pretty worrying. What's more worrying? Forget it. Let's just leave. Also, Chinchow, there's something I'd like you to do. What is it? Before we go back to Sharpedo's Bluff, I would like you to gather some information in Treasure Town. In Treasure Town? Yes. That's what I want you to find out. Learn everything you can about what's happening to this world right now. Okay, I'll go and find out. Everyone thinks that you've gone to the future. Therefore, yes, I understand. If I'm found out I am back, it'll cause an uproar. I'll keep low and get the news. I'm counting on you. Keep hidden. Stay in the shadows. Become a dark type Pokemon. I'm back. And I got the news like you wanted. What's the word? The word is not very good. That's 3 words. I asked for 1. After we went to the future, Yuxi and his friends returned the time gears to their rightful places. Everyone was happy because they thought time would return to normal. But time remained stopped in those places. Even worse, it's spreading. Time is stopping in more places, even places without time gears. Is that true? Yes. Everyone's upset and concerned. No one's figured out what the problem is. Grovyle, do you know what this means? If time is stopped in a spreading area, then I think it only means one thing. Temple Tower is starting to collapse. Temple Tower is collapsing? Correct. Temple Tower gives structure to time. So if it's starting to collapse, time itself is starting to collapse in ever widening areas. This is bad. The problem is accelerating. The planet's paralysis is coming on fast. But we have to leave then. That's right. If we don't hurry, the planet could become fully paralysed. There's only one thing to do to stop the destruction of time now. We need to gather the time gears. Then the time gears must be put into place at the Temple Tower, where Dialga lives. But that's the problem. Temple Tower is located in a place called the Hidden Land. As the name suggests, no one knows where the Hidden Land is. But there isn't any time to go and ask people or to try and find out willy-nilly. There's not enough time. That's right. That's why I think we need to split up for now. I'll go and collect the time gears. In the meantime, I want you two to search for the hidden land. Understood. Is that okay, Joe? Okay, then you're in charge. The hidden land is supposed to be somewhere within this world. Unfortunately, there are no clues to exactly where. Considering that no one's discovered it yet, we should probably assume that it's quite far away. We must even consider crossing the sea and discovering the means to do so. Cross the sea? I'm sorry, I don't have any knowledge about that at the moment. I'm counting on you guys. We'll be off to gather more I'll be off to gather the time gears. Good luck. Now, we should go searching too. Let's find the hidden land. Meanwhile, at Wigglytuff's Guild. Here we are at Wigglytuff's Guild. It feels like we haven't gone here in a long time, but now that we're here, I kind of feel awkward going in. After all, we suddenly were taken in front of everyone. It would be sort of strange to suddenly show up again. No. We can't be acting all bashful now. We have to see everyone and tell them the truth. Okay. I'll stand on the sentry post. Pokemon detected. Pokemon detected. Whose footprint? Whose footprint? The footprint belongs to. The footprint belongs to. What's wrong, Diglett? Respond! Respond! What? Hey, Diglett! Where do you think you're boring off to? That footprint. It's Chinchow's. What? What's that? Golly, what? What? Like, oh my gosh, Chinchow, seriously? What? Like, oh my gosh. What? It's Chinchow. And Joe, too. Diglett. Long time no see. What's that? The gate's opening. Loud Red! And everyone! Hey, it's true. Like, oh my gosh, it's really Joe and Chinchow. This is so overwhelming. Wow, you two are both alive? We were worried about you. Ching! I was... by golly. Everyone, we're home. Welcome home, Chinchow, Joe. Meanwhile, back in the guild's restroom. It's been a long time since we've been in this room. It really feels though I'm finally home. You know, I'm glad everyone came to believe our story. It made me a little choked up. Let's go meet Torkoal tomorrow and talk with him. Let's go back let's get back at it, Joe. Meanwhile, the underground lake. So the same's happened here, huh? Well, that was unexpected. I guess the other 3 lakes remaining must have suffered the same fate. Well, let's see if they also brought back the time gear here. Stop! I won't allow you to do it a second time. That voice. You are. Mesperit! I'm Mesperit! Here at the deep underground lake, I protect the time gear. Yeah, I know that already. Can we skip this? And I don't need your expedition. I should have imagined you'd still be around somewhere. If you want to fight, if you want a fair fight this time, you'll have it. That's okay with me. No. It's not a confrontation I seek this time. I can't allow you to do that a second time without apologizing first. Pardon? Yes. You see, the Lake Trio, that is, as you may already know, we are the beings of willpower, knowledge, and emotion. I especially am able to observe and perceive the feelings of those around me. When we caught you the first time, while you and Dusknoir were taking the emotions of both of you two were a huge mess. Also, I didn't understand his need to muzzle you. Despite arguing about it intensely, we couldn't reach a conclusion that could somehow work in your favour in the end. And later, when Dusknoir departed in such a strange way, our suspicions were quickly raised once again, especially due to the sudden way Joe was thrown into this whole mess. They already knew that? Your face confirms that I'm indeed getting through. I didn't even need to make use of my abilities this time. Before I decide to let you take this time gear, whose reinsertion has been completely in vain this time, please tell me about what could have made Dusknoir fear your words. What's the truth? Who is he really? And why? Why is he doing all this? What are you trying to achieve with it? Answer me, Grovyle. I apologise for not having asked you before. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. Grovyle told her the whole story. We've got about 19 minutes. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to save, obviously, but I'm going to keep going. the next morning.
I see. The Hidden Land, you say? I have heard of it.
Oh, really?
The Hidden Land is truly a place of legend. It is tattered lore at best, handed down by oral tradition.
No matter, please tell us.
Of course I will tell you. I can only tell you what I've heard though, because I don't actually know too much. The Hidden Land lies beyond the sea. The hidden place, in a hidden place, so the story goes.
A hidden place?
Yes, stop talking whilst I'm talking. I'm trying to tell you a story. The Hidden Land allows only the chosen to find it. To go there, one must possess certain qualities.
Oh, a place where only someone with proper qualifications can go. Okay, Torkoal. What are those qualifications?
They are... what were they now? I'm sorry, I seem to have forgotten where I was. It must have slipped my mind.
Oh no, you've forgotten. Please, Torkoal, remember. Remember, please. It's really important that you remember.
It's easy for you to say, but... Oh, that's it, yes. You need proof. You need proof of some sort. Yes, that's what it was. Proof.
Proof? What kind of proof?
That would be... Oh, I've forgotten that bit too. Vamp for a second whilst I try and think of this. Forgive me. I seem to have forgotten that too.
What? You can't remember that either?
Sorry to disappoint you.
Alright. Can you recall anything else at all?
No, that's all. That's all I know. Forgive me, youngsters. If I recall what proof you need, I'll be sure to let you know.
Yes, please. Thank you, Torkoal. We should head back to the guild, Pitlub. We're not making as much progress as I had hoped. When we talked to Torkoal, I started thinking we had hope. I wonder how Grovyle's doing. Has he gathered the time gears yet? We need to hurry too. There's no point in getting all frustrated, especially if everyone's trying to help out. We should get some sleep and start afresh tomorrow with some fresh resolve. Okay, Joe. Good night.
Meanwhile, at Crystal Lake, you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. I see. I see, my spirit. Told you via telepathy just what happened. Right?
Yes. Though she said she wasn't the only one. Soon after she contacted me, one of the guild members came to let her know about your arrival too.
Both versions of the story seem to match at their key points. Therefore, I assume they must have already been aware of the situation. Oh. That means they decided to return at last. Thanks, Joe. Chinchow. That makes the work much easier. I must confess, though, I feel really guilty for what happened. As the being of willpower, I was completely to perceive your indomitable soul from the start. Even if I was, the situation seemed to be so obvious that I ignored my own wits. I want to apologize. I wanted to mistake your bravery for recklessness and ignorance instead. Both concepts aren't that distant from each other, you know? Yeah. I know that very well. But your courage isn't born from simple intensity. Mesperit and I know that. You have burdened with a great weight, aren't you? You're committed to a vow that connects you with all those who've left behind. You might sometimes think that weight will end up crushing you, but you've never let it so far. And to top it off, when you arrived in this time, you had to withstand everyone's hatred whilst being totally isolated. Your task is quite a demanding one by itself. You wouldn't stop getting more and more it wouldn't stop getting more and more complicated. But none of this has been enough to make you stop and run. No, to stop your run. The fact that you've came back here confirms it. It's admirable, in fact. No, they're the people who sell you car insurance. Admirable. It's admirable, in fact. I made my own mistake. I must congratulate you for your singularity, gratitude, as the one who embodies all resolution and preservedness. Your tale makes every fibre of my being shock in awe. Thanks, I guess. I don't really know how to react upon others' compliments, but I'm no longer alone. Now I count with others as brave or even more courageous than I am. They've totally showed me that if I was able to make it back here, it's thanks to them. Joe and Chinchow, right? Yes. Those two are definitely also Pokemon that possess that exploitational will. I got it on the third verse. Now, next step ahead and get the crystals and get past the crystals
and take the time gear you've came for. I created a small opening between them so that it's now fully accessible. Someone as agile as you should be able to cross through it without further issue. Alright. But make sure not to get trapped on time. Heh. Since when do I care about our integrity? Do as you must. I take care of myself. So be it then. Thanks. Is Grovyle back, I wonder? Let's go in. Grovyle isn't here. Hey, over there. There's a sheet of paper. Written on it are some footprint ruins. It's a letter from Grovyle. It must be a message for us. I will read it. Chinchow began reading the letter from Grovyle. To Joe. Right, hang on, I should be reading this in Grovyle's voice. To Joe and Chinchow. How you doing? How goes the search for the hidden land? Things are going well on my end. I've already collected 3 time gears. I have to find only 2 more. I plan to join you when I've collected all 5. Plans have proceeded smoothly. Azolf and his friends understood the situation, and they have fully cooperated. Azolf tells me that your members of the guild let them know that I was coming. Thank you for that. It's heartening to know that more and more Pokemon are coming to trust us. However, I will continue to stay away from Treasure Town and the guild. First, I'm not certain if Pokemon in this world trust me, or entirely not. That there's something more troubling than that. But there's something more troubling than that. Dusknoir is liable to return from the future at any time. Dusknoir? Come to think of it, Dusknoir failed to get rid of us in the future. I wouldn't put it past him to chase us here. He still wants us gone. Okay, I'll keep reading. Sorry about the distraction there. Since Dusknoir will be coming for us, we should keep a low profile. There's another reason why I should stay away from... This is another reason why I should stay away from Treasure Town and the guild. I may instead come back to Sharpedo's Buff or the beach. If we should meet, we can exchange information. Good luck on your end. Together, we shall stop the planet's paralysis. Sincerely, Grovyle. It sounds like Grovyle's hard at work then. We better not fail on our end. According to the letter, Grovyle should either come up here or at the beach. If we go down to the beach, we may see Grovyle there. We should go to the beach. Meanwhile, at Temporal Tower in the future... Master Dialga! Please respond. Please respond. Why? Why? Why, despite them having returned to their original state, why are they still unable to talk to us? Lord Dusknoir, I beg you, please put some sense back into Master Dialga.
I'll try to. I've also had some problems communicating with them lately. Master Dialga, please listen to my humble plea. We, your followers, have need of your assistance one final time. Those rebels are now roaming free. Roaming free around the area that no one should be allowed to return to. It's for this reason that we now request you to be the one who allows us to pursue them back there again. The last passage of time vanished entirely right after they fled through it.
Oh, so Celebi was able to close it properly this time, and it wasn't able to reopen it. That's good. There was no way of reactivating it. Good. There shouldn't be.
Would you therefore be so kind to grant us the capability to keep watching over your interests? Pardon? I didn't understand that. Could you speak a bit louder? And perhaps in common tongue? If that's no bother. Unfortunately, your voice no longer reverberates the way it used to. Go.
Master! Dialga?
Grrr.
My lord! He stopped it! He stopped Master Dialga's attack! Incredible!
Master Dialga, listen to me. We need your divine abilities in order to fight for all of our lives. The hidden land will be discovered by those fools sooner or later. Therefore, please, I beg you, I implore you even, we need you to send us there. For the love of Arceus. Arceus? Arceus?
Master Dialga has disappeared? Yes! But take a look.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Master Dialga. Let's go back one last time to that damned era. Meanwhile, on the beach,
in the past.
I was hoping to see Grovyle here. No, he's not here after all. Speaking of not being here, the Krabby aren't here either. They always come out here at the evening time to blow their bubbles. I love seeing their bubbles go floating in the evening sky. Well, that's too bad. It's a letdown, but... Look, Joe. It's a beautiful sunset. Look how beautiful it is.
Okie dokie, we are back. Sorry about that. I sneezed. I had to mute my mic and then I had to go and make a pause so I could actually clean myself up. Sorry about that. Anyway,
the sunset. It's beautiful here. It always is. Like it always is. You know, it was a dream to solve the secret of my relic fragment, but I would never have guessed that the relic fragment was connected to the hidden land. That reminds me, wasn't it here where Coughing and his sidekick stole a relic fragment from me? If you remember. Sorry, kiddo. We'll be taking that. Ah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not's gonna make a move to get it back. Hang on. I should probably do something about it. I'm realizing my eyes don't look right. Yeah. It's possibly the fact that I may have too much light on me. Can I turn the webcam down a sec? No, off. Off is not enough light. But setting 1. Yeah, that works. And then put it up again. There you go. That's better. What's the matter? Too scared? I didn't expect you to be such a big coward. Come on! Come on, let's get out of here. See you round, chickens! I
remember I was too scared to get it back. You gave me the courage to do so, Joe. You know, that's how we really started as a team. Getting back the relic fragments was Team Pokepal's first adventure. And now we're using the same relic fragment so that we can go to the hidden land. If you think about it, it's kind of strange. That's true. My adventure with Chinchow and searching for the hidden land, relic fragments started us both. This is a beautiful sunset. I hope it will be lost if the planet becomes completely paralysed. We have to stop that. We can't waste any time finding the hidden land. We have to do good tomorrow, Joe. That's right, we have to try hard we must fulfill the mission that I had before losing my memories. My mission with Grovyle. A mission to help Pokemon of this world and those of the future. What? Hey Joe, that was that. It's a Lapras. What could that be? It looked like it was swimming across the sunset. I think it was a Pokemon. Well, that was a little strange. The sun's almost gone. We should head back to the guild. They're fast asleep. And here's Lapras. And Wigglytuff. Lapras! Long time no see. It's been too long, Wigglytuff. You look well. Is Chattup doing well too? Yes. Very well, in fact. I'm glad to hear that. I always meant to thank you. I deeply appreciate the promise you made and upheld this entire time. No problem, no big deal. But today, I'm here to see you about that promise. We find ourselves in a situation where we can't afford to uphold that promise, and I expect you know why. So please tell me about that strange pattern we once saw. Meanwhile, Fogbound Lake. God damn it, can I stop this episode at some point, please? Like, with all this storyline, I kind of don't want to stop, but I had an opportunity to stop about 19 minutes ago, and I probably should have done it. Anyway. Should I assume that you were made aware of my arrival? Yes. Here's what you were looking for. I see. Thanks. I'll have that in mind. Thanks? Did you just thank me? Yes. Is there something wrong with that? Don't you have any self-respect? Your situation... You shouldn't bow your head before others just like that. Now that we know your true intention behind your misunderstood acts, we should be the ones to worship the ground you walk on. Sceptile? Grovyle's not a god, you know. He's not a hero either. However, we limit ourselves to cooperating the bare minimum. We aren't even obliged to pay for what we did to you. the harassment and demotion you were targets of will never be compensated like you deserve to. It's humiliating that I, being the being of knowledge, who committed a terrible affront such as known as ignorance, here to receive the sympathy that of that who tried to free me from my mistaken beliefs. Therefore, please, take it and leave. I've embarrassed you enough already. It is true that you made things a bit difficult for me the last time than I had expected them to be. However, I don't think you owe me anything. Neither do I think anyone else does. Ignoring information from the distant future is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, I think most people would do it anyway. Like, if you went back in time and told your past self something, do you really believe your past self would actually believe the thing that you told them? And actually act accordingly based on what you told them? Do you really think that? Like, come on, seriously. There's your question. There's a question of the day for you guys. Do you really think that your past, if you had the capability of going back in time and telling yourself something, do you really understand? Do you really think your past self would listen and act accordingly based on what you told it? Whatever it was, doesn't matter what you tell it. Do you think they would listen and act accordingly? In fact, if you went back in time and told anyone of the past, not even your past self, anyone of the past, do you think they would listen and act accordingly if they knew that you were from the future? I dare to say it's quite arrogant to affirm the opposite. If you really take so much pride in wisdom that you represent, shouldn't you also preach that the wise are always ready to reflect? You're neither better nor worse than me, trying to defend what you thought was right. Believe me, pointing fingers is never the best choice. I had to learn that lesson the hard way, and if I may, I also think that escaping the yoke of one's ego is the biggest favour someone can do for themselves. If it was easy, if it was as easy as you made it sound, in order to do something similar, it is first necessary to know how to forgive even the worst of atrocities. Only through such acts of courage, the individual is to peace is with both themselves. The individual is able to find peace with both themselves and everyone else. Not I, Messpirit. I'm not Messpirit. Therefore, I can't tell if you actually feel that way. But if you really were able to do it,
if you really were able to achieve enlightenment through forgiveness, then I have no doubt that your spirit must shine as bright as the same sky. Well, I'll be going then. Goodbye. Wait! One last thing. If you ever get to meet that fraud again, teach them a lesson on my behalf. What kind of lesson? That is for you to decide. Alright. And I think we'll leave it there for today. Sorry, Chatot. I'm just going to do this right now. Right, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to stop this episode here because we've gone 56 minutes. I need to stop. So, I might sneeze again, actually. So, yeah, I'm going to stop. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Join us next time when we'll continue on the search for the Time Gears. But until next time, I am LanturnJoe. Me to the Pokemon get to us. Everybody get Pokemon. Good night! Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, follow me on social media, where you'll get news, thoughts, and opinions from me and the rest of the Lantern Nation. We have Discord, Blue Sky, Mastodon, and Facebook as well. All linked in the description below, so go and check them out. And I will see you on the next video. So until then, from me, Joe, and Lantern as well, we'll see you next time.